So our intent with this and the way we designed this survey with the help of Forsyth Futures is to have the ability to disaggregate that data based on things like household income, race and ethnicity, age, number of years within a career track or within a certain job track. So we'll be able to slice and dice that industry as well, to your point around nonprofit, for-profit, small business. We'll be able to slice and dice that data and see if there are any patterns that stand out to us. And of course, we'll also look at the data in its entirety, all the responses together, and say, of all the women who responded, these are the trends that we found in that. But if we break that down and slice and dice that a little bit, we've discovered that women making less than X amount of dollars annually have these additional challenges, or those making over a certain amount, or women, over 50 or whatever it is, may have specific challenges and different perspectives. So our hope is to be able to get enough responses across the board to be able to disaggregate with confidence. So many reasons. One is, the old Chinese proverb, I think, the best time to plant a tree is 50 years ago. The second best time is now. We as an organization were thinking through this a couple of years ago and said, how can we measure the impact of Reach Women's Network over time? And I said, if we don't have a benchmark, a baseline, we don't really have the ability to do that. So that's where it kind of started. And then we saw the dramatic impact of COVID and how it significantly impacted women more than men, because women were the ones who more often than not had to leave their jobs because they had to be home with children who were no longer in school buildings. So we said, this is a great time to establish that, not during COVID, but coming out of COVID, that fresh perspective following the Great Resignation, which impacted more women than men. And we said, okay, understanding that organizations, businesses, nonprofits, et cetera, they're more profitable, they are more innovative, and they have greater employee retention when there are women in positions of leadership. So this lack of women, these women stepping down from high positions positions throughout an organization, is detrimentally impacting economic development and growth potential for these organizations. So we said, okay, let's figure out what women need to be able to stay in the workforce or get back into the workforce and thrive and climb into positions of leadership, because women in business, it's good for everybody.